Good morning. Welcome to another video. I had every intention today of getting the fly rod out and hitting a tailwater, but it is one of those days in the Front Range of Colorado with unreal wind. So we have spinning gear, conventional tackle. Don't do that very often. I usually choose the fly rod, but that seemed like the play today. Fly fishing seemed really tricky. We get these days where it's 30, 40 mile an hour winds, sustained with gusts up to 60, even 70. So it's like that here today, and that makes me think of flat water and still water. So we're gonna hit a lake. I often say wind can be your friend. I often fish right into the wind, and we're at one of our local ponds that is not frozen over, not even close to frozen over, and see if we can get it done. I'm gonna start off with a gulp minnow, one of my go-tos. Might throw some other lures, and we'll kind of break that down for you as we go. Got my Abu Garcia and pen reel and braided line with a fluorocarbon leader. And this ought to be fun. Could be a multi-species day, targeting trout here, but other species are in play, possibly big fish are in play too. So, but lures and conventional tackle seem like the play today. So let's see what we can get done. Let's go fish. I don't even know if you guys can hear me with the wind, but these GoPros are pretty good about eliminating that wind static. So once again, yeah, 7-foot, medium fast Abu Garcia with the Pen 3000 reel. That guy right there is the play to start. One of my favorite baits, just a 3-inch gulp minnow with an 1/8 ounce jig head. As you can see, I've got braided line, so 8-pound braided line with a 4-foot, 6-pound fluorocarbon leader attached with a double uni knot. So that is a great way to approach conventional tackle, is to take a double uni knot and attach fluorocarbon to your braided line. And we're gonna start right here. This is a lake I haven't been to in years, and I've never done a video here. So the 3-inch gulp minnow is a good exploratory bait for me right now. Like I say, it could be a multi-species day, but targeting trout for the most part. Inlets, outlets, boat ramps, and dams. If you don't know a lake very well, that's where you start. I'm literally at the inlet. There's no water coming in, but I'm at the inlet. So we're gonna fish this inlet area. If we don't get bit here, we'll move around, but obviously it makes a lot of sense to start at an inlet. I am not even wadered up today, so could be limited by not bringing my waders, but just keeping today really simple in these conditions. Let's get going. Missed a hit. It's always a good sign when your first throw is bit. That's probably a stocker trout, but that's what we're after. And again, just jigging this guy up the bottom. It's tricky in the wind, but it's all about just line control here. You can snap jig, or you can just twitch it off the bottom like I'm doing now. But I'm keeping control of my line. Just had a hit immediately, so that was fun. But basically just gentle jigging off the bottom and see what we can get done. Literally my second throw, and the first throw was bit. And that's the look for chasers too, you know, always look out for anybody potentially chasing this guy in, for sure. Again, a lot of times on a flat water, I would throw into the wind because a lot of the bait, fish, and food are going to come into the bank right to you. But in this case, the wind is so severe that I would hardly be able to throw. So I'm throwing with it just to get a little bit more distance and see if we can get bit again here. You want to watch this thing sink too. Sometimes they'll take it on the way down. So you want to be watching your line and feeling for anything. Come on, fish. We'll see what kind of presentation they want. There was a hit. We missed one. All right, we're getting bit. We are getting bit. Now, if we can just show you one here. Fish on. It's a little guy, but we'll take him to get us on the board. And, oh, classic, little perch. That's fun. When we talk about the versatility of the gulp minnow, this is what I mean. Got a little perch right here. that choked it. So that's a yellow perch to get us started. So I'm thinking we're definitely going to have multi-species happening. And we'll take this one. And the versatility of the soft plastic goat minnow here. So we know this guy right here, again, about a 3-inch with a 1/8-ounce jig head. So yeah, just it puts me in the play for everything that swims, you know. I mean, literally everything that swims. So that gets us started. So now the goal for sure is multi-species, since we start off with a perch. But the funny thing about these gold minnows, you know, when someone asks me if I could only use one lure the rest of my life, what would it be? It'd be this right here. I mean, literally this right here, a Berkeley gold minnow, 3 to 4 inch with a, you know, 1/8-ounce jig head or whatever size jig head you need. It just catches everything. One of my best days fishing was in a bay in Florida when I caught about 24 slot redfish on this exact rig. And when I say slot, it's 18 to 27 inches is what they got to be in the state of Florida to keep and eat and do a hook and cook. And also, one of my best days fishing was catching a couple dozen 4 to 6 pound trout on this exact bait in Colorado. So the versatility is just unreal, just absolutely unreal. Sure, I generally choose to fly fish, but the versatility of a gold minnow is just incredible. And also too, if you have kids, I mean, just a fun, easy way to fish. And you know, today the conditions sort of dictated that conventional tackle was the play. You can obviously fly fish where I'm at right now. But as far as my original plan today of fly fishing at tailwater, it was going to be tough in these conditions. And so the spinning gear conventional tackle just seemed like the play today. And let's get some more fish. There's a hit. No, it's a good hit though. Something wanted it. Fish on. Went to a 2-inch soft plastic because I was getting hits and not pinning them. And this looks like a trout. Oh, it's a walleye. That is classic. We got a winter walleye. That is awesome for our multi-species. Check that out. We got ourselves a Walter. So how fun is that? A little walleye in the winter. Multi-species. See, buddy. Show you what that walleye took. So again, I was getting some hits and just not able to pin them with the 3-inch gold minnow, so I switched to this 2-inch little swim grub, soft plastic, with that little 1/8-ounce jig head and a little red eye. So, and that's what's fun, you know. The conditions today are brutal. Just weren't saying fly rod, so get out conventional tackle. We got a perch and a walleye. If I get a trout, I got 3 different species, and that's going to be maybe tricky to do on a fly rod today. Pretty fun. See what happens. Now we're a stalker trout away from a triple play, so to speak. And if we get a trout and a bass, we got my version of the Grand Slam today. So how fun is that? Just bouncing this guy off the bottom. Fish on. And looks like baby walleye. But he played the game. And there's another walleye with a top of the snood hook set on the little grub. These guys are so cool. So we'll be quick about this one. See you, buddy. So almost without question, my next trip out will be with the fly rod and some flies from the Colorado Fly Angler, my buddy Chris, on a tailwater, most likely. Possibly flat water, but probably a tailwater river. But I just think that would have been absolutely brutal today. Just unreal tough conditions. I mean, got to be a little crazy to be out here right now. I'm in the only spot of the lake here that is somewhat protected. Still, just the wind's so ferocious at any other casting angle that I've really not been able to move. I'm kind of just fishing this one spot here by the inlet, and that's really my only option today. But yeah, there's one. Oh, that was a golly, that was a nice hit. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna give this spot a few more tries. That was a better fish, and there's bigger fish in here. I haven't shown them to you today, but this lake's really a pretty solid fishery with some nice fish, and we might have had one right there. But anyways, I'm probably going out on a tailwater for my next episode. But yeah, the right call today to just embrace the wind and, you know, and hit a lake and get the lures out, you know, and get into some fish. Very, very, very simple. The big adjustment was to go to a 2-inch soft plastic instead of 3, because what's biting right here has been small, other than possibly that last hit. And I've tried snap jigging, haven't tried any lures, but they haven't wanted a, there's one, that's not much better, but still fun. But they've wanted just that very subtle tap off the bottom, like I did right there. So, and that is another walleye, and if he comes off, that's okay, but you guys get a look at him there. Decent little fish. They got to be 15 inches to keep. That's a delicious eating fish. We're not keeping any today, but he's not big enough anyways. These guys are so cool though. Look at the teeth on that guy. Very, very impressive. Nice teeth. Walleye are so cool. Pretty fish. See you, bud. Fish on. Late December walleye bite on. Unless we got something else. Nope, it's another walleye. Golly. What was that, 5 or 6? We don't care if he comes off, but I'd like to show him to you. Well, every one just top of the snoot hook set, just because we got the right bait. That's been important. There you go. The teeth on a walleye. So pretty. I love these fish. See you, bud. Everybody wants to see what we're using. I showed this to you already, but look at this. This guy's getting chewed up because walleye have teeth. Oh, that's awesome. Well, they've really turned on. Another hit. There he is. There he is. Golly, that's fun. There's another baby walleye, but it's getting to be automatic now. That's freaking awesome. These guys can get you. There's a way to hold the bigger ones here inside the gill, but they can get you a lot of ways with the teeth and the dorsal fin there, but these guys are so small, it doesn't even really matter holding them like this. See about it. Got him. Got him. Another one. Wow. Wish these were keepers. We'd have one heck of a walleye fry going on. That is yet another beautiful walleye in the late December sun. I think what I'm doing, I'm not in the hunt to catch your bigger brother, but maybe. That's the goal. See you, pal. Fish on again. Got ourselves a pattern now. We got ourselves a pattern. It's like catching stocker trout, except they're just small walleye, but freaking fun as heck. Just what you want. Top of the snoot hook set. Love it. The obligatory walleye tooth shot. See you, buddy. We got another. Walter coming in. these guys, so obviously you don't lip them. You can see the teeth. These dorsal fins can get you up here. There's also a spot on the gill plate right there that can get you, and once that happens, you'll never do that again. You can gill them like that. Don't get into the red, you know, don't put your hand into the red in there, but you can hold them by the gill when they're bigger. Just don't go too far in, but obviously when they're this size, it just really doesn't matter. Winter walleye bite stays on fire. And we got another one. It's a perfect top of the snoot hook set every time. But then again, this is pretty easy right now. Oh, come on, buddy. Don't let me get my pliers out. There we go. See you, pal. That was fun. I don't care who you are. What a sweet adaptation and improvisation today. Just wasn't a day for the fly rod. I think we're having near record wind around the Front Range of Colorado today. And so, yeah, lures and conventional tackle seem like the play. And this lake is white-capping. It is brutal out there. I think we had gusts of 60, 70, 80 miles an hour across the Front Range. But just a pile on the walleye bite. That was amazing. Fire walleye bite in late December. Who would have thought? But yeah, I mean, conventional tackle just made sense today. That was the play. The fly rod would have been really tricky. I'm sure my next trip out will be fly rod on a tailwater with some CFA flies, but the conventional tackle got it done today. It was all about line control, casting accuracy, just being able to detect a bite and have a good hook set, and then just get your pattern, you know. Kind of had that fluky perch, but then kind of got into a pattern with those walleye, and the 3-inch Gulp minnow caught the perch, but then after that realized that I needed to go smaller, and that was the big change and adjustment of today. Was went from a 3-inch to a 2-inch soft plastic with that grub, and then got into that walleye bite. And even though they were small, I mean, that's fun. I don't care who you are. That's just, I mean, getting into that many walleyes is an absolute blast. Plus, first time I've shown you walleye on this channel, even though I've caught them before, since this is a pretty new channel. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we will catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.